Having some issues? Lauren will help you out with the assistance of our listeners. Let's do it. Get at Lauren.
It's the Y107 Morning Show with Cosmo and Lauren. I got an email yesterday. Today's Tuesday, so yesterday. Just listen to this. At Lauren, I'm getting married in soon, wintertime-ish, basically. And setting out the invitations next week. And I have a question for you. One of my cousins has twins, a pair of obnoxious 8-year-old girls. And I don't want them at my wedding at all. My other family members have sent out adults-only wedding invites, but this cousin still brought the girls. I'm really upset because I know that these kids are going to ruin my wedding. What do I do?
Well, it sucks that this cousin has done that to other family members.
Yeah.
To put you in a spot now where you're going, I don't want to have what happened to Kylie and Jake's wedding happen to mine.
Exactly.
These two crazy girls are going to... Family drama is the worst, especially when it involves a wedding day. There's already enough pressure.
And stress.
Right, exactly. What would your advice be? Get at Lauren.
Let's do it. Get at Lauren.
It's the Y107 Morning Show. How do you keep your cousin's awful kids out of your wedding when you know she will bring them anyway if you say it's kid-free?
Yeah,
That's what we're coming down to. She's done it before. She's brought them to other people's weddings when they said kid-free.
That's just rude, man. That is rude. What's your take? Get at Lauren. Ann at the lake.
Well, okay, so this is kind of triggering for me in a way because I got married about 2 years ago. Lovely wedding, except my own sister has these 2 nightmare kids, and it's my sister, but I'm all about it. Like when it's a cousin, it's a sister, whatever. These kids ruined my wedding cake. The day was perfect, except the cake was out there. They were running around, screaming. No one could control them. And they literally went and ripped apart my cake. So I'm going to tell this woman, do whatever she can to get, to have these kids not come to the wedding. I don't know, just whatever she can do.
So it's your own, blood. It was your own
That's your nephew or niece or whatever.
Oh, my gosh.
I know, but, I don't know. Kid-free weddings are a thing, and I feel like adults need to understand that if it's going to be... It's not like she's singling out, specific kids. If she just says kid-free wedding... I think that should be an understanding, we just want adults. It's just going to be a mature environment.
And it's not like it's, by the way, it's this weekend, get a sitter, hurry up. You're giving them, several months notice.
But she said in her email that other family members have had adult-only weddings and her cousin just brings her kids anyway.
Yeah, that's... Well, then maybe she needs to have a personal conversation, with her cousin about that specifically and just say, I know, we went to our cousin's wedding, whatever, and you had brought your kids to that, but this is really important to me that we keep it adult only. So I'm just asking you to respect my wishes. I love you. Be compassionate about it,
Absolutely.
Of course.
Sure.
Offer some solutions, right? Hey, how can we, whatever the fiance's name is, how can Steve and I help you get a sitter? Or, we have
ship your kids off to boarding school in Switzerland.
Yes. Put them in
I always heard about that on Disney movies. I don't know if it's real.
Thank you for your advice, and so sorry about your wedding cake. Hopefully the rest of that night ended up going okay.
Everything was beautiful except for the cake. So I empathize.
Let's do it. Get at Lauren.
Ooh, we can't keep up with the texts and the calls here. We're trying.
No, they're flowing in. She does not want her cousin's bratty little kids at the wedding.
Doesn't want any kids there.
Twin 8-year-olds, and she said that they're awful. Kid-free invitations don't work. She's brought them to other weddings that have said that on the invitation. How do you deal with this?
Look, I get it. I get the fact that the kids can be a terror at times, but it's either not invite your cousin or deal with her kids. And I mean, it's family. You technically have to deal with these kids no matter what happens.
Yeah and no. I mean, they should be respectful of the wishes of the couple that's getting married. It's their day. Clearly, this lady in the past has not shown that respect for others.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of think it's like a put up or shut up situation. Like if you want your cousin there.
Yeah.
What if she offered on-site child care somewhere? Like if they're at the Elks Lodge or whatever, and there's another room that they could have access to. You know what I'm saying? Like where some I don't know.
It does feel like a situation where it's kind of just like, if you want your cousin there, then you're going to have to deal with the kids. If you don't, then just don't invite your cousin.
Right. My other question, the more this talk this through, do I really give two bleeps about my cousin?
Well, we don't know.
Is this other pressure from other family members that make me want to?
I mean, she could be really close with her cousin and just hate her cousin's kids.
Yeah, that's true.
That's very possible. Kelsey texted from Glasgow. She said, no children allowed on the invitation obviously doesn't work. This bride should just talk to the cousin in person and be like, look, if you want to come to my wedding, no kids allowed. And I think that's where it's going to have to go.
It needs to go there. And the sooner the better, rather than the week of. You got way too much other stressors going on. There's going to be other curveballs coming. There's going to be a catering issue. There's going to be something come up. Mm-hmm. You need to get this out in the open because this is long after the wedding. You know, this is family.
Yeah. Whatever you do today will have lasting effects.
Having some issues? Lauren will help you out with the assistance of our listeners. Let's do it. Get at Lauren.
Casey said, I've learned that beating around the bush never helps anything. Your wedding day is the most important day of your life, and you should have things exactly as you wish. Be honest. Tell them not to bring their wild hooligans to the wedding and come to have fun without kids. They will either love you or hate you for it, but at least you won't have the crazies at your wedding.
And it's like I was telling the guy that called a little while ago, like, offer some solutions. See if you can hire a babysitter, whether it's at the hall. A lot of places have a lot of room. You know, if you're doing it at the Courtyard by Marriott, then have an extra room that you got set up for the kids to be instead of them at the reception.
Well, a lot of the suggestions that are coming in are basically focused around the language of the invitation, making it very clear. I'm talking to you. You don't bring those bad kids. Somebody said, make sure that it says you and one adult guest for your RSVP. We got a Facebook message. If she and the cousin have social media or a wedding website, continuously reiterate that kids will not be allowed. It's non-negotiable. So an example post. Hello, all attending my wedding. It's coming up soon. And as a reminder to my friends and family, this is a kid-free event and it's non-negotiable. Out of respect for us and our wishes for our special day, we ask that you please make arrangements for your kiddos now. We can't wait to celebrate with you, but if kids are brought, we will sadly have to ask you and them to leave. Looking forward to seeing you, and we appreciate your respect and understanding of our wishes. I would post this once a week on social media or the wedding website until the wedding so they know I'm not playing.
I get it, but then you still got to have, it's just like a parent. I'll turn this car around. We will leave this water park early. And if you don't,
you got to be ready to turn this car around.
Who's going to kick them out?
Right.
Who's going to stop your cousin and the two brat kids from coming into that reception hall or that church or that backyard or wherever it is if they show up?
Yeah. You're either going to have to deputize someone to do that for you or you're going to have to do it yourself. And is that how you want to spend your wedding day, is arguing with your cousin?
Having some issues? Lauren will help you out with the assistance of our listeners. Let's do it. Get at Lauren.
It's the Y107 Morning Show with Cosmo and Lauren. What I'm seeing here is that there are a million different ways that we could handle this situation, and all of them are going to be hard. That's that. They're either going to result in you having a really hard conversation with your cousin or having some bratty bad kids at your wedding. That's what I'm seeing.
Pick your battle. We got some amazing calls and texts. So hopefully if you are listening, bride-to-be, that you've heard some of the advice and suggestions.
Well, I think what she needs to do is make it very clear that she either needs to decide, is my cousin worth having there and these brats showing up? Or do I just not invite her and maybe open a virtual viewing so she can still attend?
Okay. That's an interesting idea.
Have it online, which most people are doing now anyway.
I can't imagine that she would be the only person that wouldn't be able to attend.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some family like in Michigan or somewhere that can't come, or Indiana or whatever, or work conflicts or something, and that's a good idea.
And then that ensures the brats don't show up.
In theory.
They've been told not to. Well, that's just it. You got to have a contingency plan in place at the hall for when they do show up, because it sounds like
she did that to somebody else.
Sounds like the track record is for them to just show up.
Maybe just don't invite her.
I mean, that's an option. Yeah. Unfortunately, that may be the best option.
Yeah. Time to get the tasers ready.
Yep, it all determines on how serious she is about the issue.
I'm kidding. Don't tase children. I'm just kidding.
He's not. He's not kidding.